Hello beautiful people, welcome to my channel. My name is Teresa and I'll be your cruise director on this magical mystery tour today. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, ring the notification bell to be alerted for any new releases, and at the end of this, if you like it, give it a big thumbs up. So we're going to do mainly a face of first impressions today. I have got the viral Laura Mercier Real Flawless Weightless Perfecting Foundation. This has been everywhere and people have been raving about it. Let's see if it is as good as what they say. My current favourite is the Maybelline Superstay 24-Hour Skin Tint. I think you'll be hard pressed to find something better than this. Let's see if this gets near it. I will at some stage down the track probably do comparisons, a half and half face, but not today. We're going to see what the thoughts are with this. I've also got the new L'Oreal Panorama mascara. This I have actually used a couple of times. I have thoughts on it. I'm a big L'Oreal fan. This is starting to go viral. I have got a heap of Essence products, so super savvy. So we're going from really expensive with Laura Mercier down to some products that I bought, to be quite honest, because they just look like fun. What I did like about this though is, I'll take the film off this. Just have a look. These here remind me of Charlotte Tilbury, her Christmas release. So I wanted to have a play around with that, and let's get started. Okay, as I said, I picked up the Laura Mercier Real Flawless Weightless Perfecting Foundation. I have the shade 2N1 Cashew. I went in and played around at my local Mecca to see how I would go with that. Now, I did pick up this Essence Hydrating Face Serum, which I thought about using, but I want to be fair to the product. And given that I use some form of illuminating base underneath all of my foundations, I thought that it'd be fair to do that. This is my favourite combo. Without fail, my favourite combo at the moment, probably of all time. So I'm going to use the Rimmel Multitasker Better Than Filters. It is a primer, it is a highlighter, it's an all-over glow. This is pretty new to market as well. It's beautiful. So let's start there. This has quite a fat doe foot. I think I'm using the shade Fairlight, O2 Fairlight. This doe foot on here, super flexible. If you've got any of the others that are on market, whether that be Elf, the original Charlotte Tilbury, MCO Beauty, they're a solid, hard, narrower one than this. As you can see, this has got a decent width to it. And look, it's super bouncy. So it really gives away with your face. And this looks beautiful on its own. Absolutely looks stunning on its own. Just bear with me while I grab a brush. So I will list all of the products in the description box. As you can see, this product on its own gives you a really nice glow to your skin. So if you want to have a no makeup day, and if you're like me and have pigmentation, whether that be in the form of melasma or freckles, I have a lot of broken capillaries around my nose. I'm really self-conscious about this area of my face. With age, broken capillaries around my nose. I've had my nose broken multiple times, I think I've spoken about before. So what that has done has left me with essentially trauma nose, and I prefer to cover it. And this I can get away with not doing a lot to. Okay, let's have a look at this foundation. As I said, colour matched in store with a bit of swipes. I think I'm pretty good with it. let's see how we go. Not sure whether I'll use a brush or a sponge yet, but I'm going in with first. Yeah, that's pretty spot on. I am a generally pretty light, light medium. I'm not into the porcelain range, with a neutral or a warm undertone. I can make most foundations work between adding a bit of colour to them. That's a pretty good mix. That's a really pretty good match. So when you are going in and matching foundations anywhere, if you are not getting colour matched in store by a makeup artist, bit on your finger, sort of this area. We don't want to necessarily just go up here, by the way. You want to bring it down onto your neck, because if there is a massive discoloration difference between the two, that's how you end up looking masky. So you just see about blending that in that area, because you're not necessarily trying to match your face, just as a hot tip. You want to more match this area to create a more seamless look. If you wear your hair pulled back, don't forget to bring it out onto your ears. This is where we lose a lot of heat from our face. If we flush and discolour, our ears will go quite red. Also, if you wear your hair pulled back like me, don't forget just to buff it. No extra product, just to buff it behind your ears. So whatever's left on there, just bringing it down. There's no real product on it, it's just buffing it right in. The coverage it's not full coverage, it's medium. I can still see, you can still see my freckles. I can still see, like, I've got a couple of pimple marks here and here. You can still see them through it. Is it buildable? Let's see. Yeah, you can build it up a bit, but it still shows your skin through. Now, this claims to have skincare benefits to it. That is a skin improving foundation. And so with prolonged use of it, you start to see the benefits of that. But again, so is the Maybelline. Now, going in with the Runway Room Pink Flesh Concealer, this is not new. It's a product that I can't put down. It is new in that I've had it for a bit over a month now, but I'm loving it. Absolutely loving this product. So just in with the other end. This is a Runway Room brush too, by the way, dual ended. I'm not sure what this brush is called, but I will list it down in the description box. There's a few different colours in this. It just gives you enough, it gives you enough coverage without looking cakey. I'm not trying to super brighten underneath my eyes. I'm just trying to do a slight little bit of colour correction so that there's no darkness or anything. I'm not too dark under my eyes in any case. And I'm going in, just going over a couple of those spots that I mentioned that I had earlier on, and it's covering them. I can use it for both. Okay, setting powder again. Sorry, don't have another one of those either. Going in with the Maybelline Fit Me Loose finishing powder in the shade Light. I set my whole face. I set my whole face. I don't think I've ever hidden that. Tap off any excess powder. Just firstly going into the T-zone, which I set a bit more than the rest of my face because my skin type is pretty normal but slightly combo like a lot of people's are. Now going in with a slightly bigger brush now, for no reason other than it covers more area in a quicker time. No other specific reasons than that. And just going over the rest of my face. As I said, I powder down my whole face. You can see I'm not swirling it. It's a pressing motion, less disruptive to your skin. You can layer products over powder. You can layer cream products over powder. I do it all the time. I don't think I'm doing it in today's video, but we will do a video where we will see it. I've just powdered that down now, and to add a bit of hydration back into it, what will we use? Look, I'm not going in with anything specific. I'm just currently using the Revolution Fix and Glow spray just because it happens to be sitting there. I'm just adding hydration into my face and making the product melt in. Doing this after your powder and then doing it again at the end of your routine will help with the longevity of your makeup, will help it to stop looking cakey. Okay, so I have just quickly done my brows, just set with a gel that I've had forever and a day, and prime my eyes with the MAC Paint Pot in Soft Ochre. So going in first with the brush by Runway Room. This is a multi-use product. It's a mineral setting powder that can be used to give you an all-over glow, be built up to use as contour, bronzer, eyes. We are using this as our bronzer today. So going in, I will list, I'm not sure off the top of my head what shade this is. I will know when I look at it online and link it down below. Again, another dual-ended brush from Runway Room. Just warming up around the perimeter of my face. As you can see, this is not too warm toned. And it's blending out quite nicely. Pulling my hair everywhere though. You'll notice most days I am wearing my hair pulled back for a couple of reasons. One, it's neat and tidy out of my way. It's a weekend now. But during my job during the week, I do a lot of face-to-face visits with clients. So I just like, and I work a very corporate job. So it's a case of keeping it neat and yeah, lazy, and I would rather have the time doing my makeup in the morning than straightening and blow drying my hair, because this hair when it is out is crazy. It's frizzy, it's wavy, it's got a mind of its own, and if I ever blow dry it, it looks like you've released the Kraken because it's out here somewhere. Also, being perimenopausal, and as a result of wearing my hair pulled back all the time, and another heap of other issues that I have, my hairline is thinning out around the temples. I'm currently doing a few things to try and help with that, which I will talk about at some stage, but trying products, trying different derma rolling, LED therapy, working on that. So I might have to do something covering that over the next few months to see if there is any difference in it, because as anyone else who has possibly had thinning hair, we will do anything to try and correct that. I know I'm fortunate in that I don't suffer from alopecia. My sister-in-law has since she was in her very early 20s. So I'm very lucky in that. I've just got a high hairline, and look, to be quite honest, having polycystic ovaries will do that to you, as well as having a mother who had a hairline like this as well. So that's just warmed up my face and given me a really beautiful glow. What you also can do with this, and let's just, you can, if you self-tan, or if you just want to warm up the visible skin around this area, you can use this to give yourself an all-over glow. I could do this all over my face and warm up my whole face, but as I said, I'm just using this. It's really nice. So, like I said, I'll list that down below. Going in now, we have, Here's where some fun starts. I thought that I'd got a bronzer and a blush, but as it turns out it's two blushes. Let me just take the plastic off these. So Essence bought out a Disney, is it just a Disney range? Disney Villains, Evil Queens. Yeah, bought out a Villains range. So in the shops at the moment we have the Evil Queen and Ursula. So there is an Evil Queen palette, which I'll put here so you can see what that is like. I think, yeah. So there's one blush. And there is the other. They're very reminiscent of the Charlotte Tilbury. As a matter of fact, hold on. Okay, so I've got the Charlotte Tilbury Cheek to Chic. This one is lighter. It is called First Love. But to give you an idea, I mean, look at them. You can see it's that colour with a slightly darker colour in the centre. So I'm sure there'd be one in the range that is close to it. I'm not going to use this just yet. I have also got some highlighters from there. Picked them up from Priceline. Priceline. Oh my God. Can you not sticky tape everything around and around and around? These were taped all the way around and pressed really tightly. These palettes, like, now somebody might want these as collectors. These were not only taped around this way and around that way, but taped around the edge. It took me about half an hour to get these things off. I get you're trying to stop people stealing and you're trying to stop people from putting their fingers in them when they're not testers. Lock them away instead. If you're going to do that, just put them in a drawer in the bottom and lock them away, because jeepers, drove me nuts. Okay, so let's have a look at this. Oh, they have some brushes as well in this range. Okay, these are called, this is just a eyeshadow fluffy brush, blender brush. Okay, let's see how we go. If I can read them, I will. I'm going to go in with this shade here, the shade Misery. Tap the brush in. Doesn't seem to be a lot of kickback. I don't know if that's a little bit of fluff. Let's see how we go. Into the transition. Again, looking straight ahead. I can see a bit of fluff on my head there. Looking straight ahead into your mirror and going where your crease line should be, not where you think it is. If you have saggy eyes, I will say, go back and watch the video from last week, which was eyeshadow 101 blending, and that will explain about your crease and how to find it, your hood, and all of that. This is not so much a tutorial as a let's see what these products are like. It's building up nicely and it's blending out. Brush is okay. I just want to feel, they're not dry to the touch at all, which is great. They feel really buttery. Cleaning off my brush now, and I'm going in with the shade Troublemaker. I haven't thought about a look, just playing around in the colours now. This is probably a better transition shade in that for me it is a bit more matching of what I'm wearing today. Into the other side. The mattes are really super buttery, which is great. You'll find that on here I'm a real mix of love a bargain, but I don't have a problem in paying high end either, luxury pricing. Okay, so I'm happy where that is now. Cleaning off the brush. I don't want it to go too cool tone, so I might go into octopus. So I'm just using this same brush at the moment, just playing with the colour. I'm just tucking that right in there. Seeing how the colours lay on top of each other, and this I don't think is going to lay very well. Some eyeshadow formulas will build and build and build and build. Others don't really like to play, and you run the risk of they won't adhere, they'll just essentially dust themselves off. And that's what looks like is happening here. The pigment isn't getting through, and that's okay. So instead we'll go into Living Garden. And I'm going to use the other brush, and I've got to get used to going this way, don't I? Load up on the brush, tap off, and just start going to that outer corner. It's a dusty mauvey colour. Now what's happening here, I don't know if you can see it, but we're starting to get quite muddy. Because I've layered and layered, you run a real risk of muddying up your colours. So I'm going back in with Misery, which was the purple we initially started, and going around the edge of this. And this can happen, and you've just got to bear with it. That old trust the process again, and see if we can bring it back, which we should be able to. Okay, going in with the darker shade Vanessa. Now this is a bit of a shimmer, so I would have liked to have seen that in a matte, just to be able to build depth in the corner. And we're getting it. I just prefer a matte, because what can happen is this can highlight the hood as opposed to pushing it back. But we'll work with what we've got. It's starting to look a bit patchy. Going in with the fluffy brush now, and I've dipped back into the pan. See, that's okay. Not every look we're going to show on here is going to be amazing. Didn't think that it'd be one of the first ones. Can we pull it back? Tucking in low here to bring the depth in. Don't forget, use a microfiber sponge, face washer, cloth, if nothing else, to clean off your brushes. So again, this just shows you need to spend a little bit of time. If something's not working exactly how you want it to, just spend a little bit of time, very, very lightly. Teacup hold down towards the end of your brush. It allows you to control it, remember that. Just fine little circles, tickle the edges of that. Cleaning off my brush, ducking back into Misery, the purple shade, because misery loves company. Clean off my brush again. Now just to go over the edges softly there. Okay, now these shimmers is what got me. What shades do we have here? So we have Promises. I think that's Cecilia. Powerful. That's Fervent. Can't read that one. But let's go in and have a look. Can you see? Look at that. See? Now, if these come out really pretty on the eye, and look, swatches don't mean a lot when they're on your wrist. Swatches are definitely better on your fingers to get a true understanding of what it may look like because, and again, because you've got a decent amount of pigment on there. Swatching them on here doesn't necessarily mean that's how they look. Going in with this top purple and then in with Fervent on my thumb, which is this goldy. So they're really pretty. I am going in with Powerful because this is the shade that interested me the most. Again, if you don't have long nails and you want to know how to apply shimmer, use your fingers. If you do have nails, onto a flat brush and then spray with a bit of setting spray before applying to your eyes. It'll help with the depth of colour and will stop it. Yeah, if you want the pigment to show, you need to have, with the finger you can get the pressure and it'll come off your finger straight away, whereas sometimes it'll cling to a brush and fade away. Okay, so that has shown up beautifully. I'm really happy with that. As I said, if you don't want to spend the money on the Charlotte Tilbury that came out at Christmas time, and I actually gave that one a miss this year because I have enough like it in my collection. But I think these are nice if you want something that is that sort of tone. Gives enough shimmer. Okay, I think I am going to go into this one just to see. And I'm just going in lightly, like I've just done one little swatch on each side, just to help with that blend and to try and get a little bit of shim shim. Okay, going in this top shimmer here, just going in with a little pencil brush now. Is that even coming off? Let's see. In a corner here. And you can see it's starting to come together now, so you've just, that old saying, trust the process. Okay, underneath my eyes, I'm not going to go too dark. I think I'm just going to, what I might do is go in with Vanessa as my liner and then smoke it out with Living Garden. So this is a eyebrow liner pencil as opposed to a normal eyeliner pencil, a little bit wider. Cleaning off my brush, the blender brush, which is the smaller of the two from the collection, and going into Living Garden now. And just continuing along down to essentially the bottom of your lash line, unless you've got ridiculously long lashes. Back and forth. And what that does is get rid of any harsh lines. Cleaning off the super fluffy brush now, there is nothing on there. Just to soften it even further. Now to finish up the eye, going back in just with the shade Promise, just in the corner there. As an inner corner highlight. I'll talk about this at the end. Before I go in and do mascara, which I leave until the end, let's have a look. We will, obviously now that I've done that, I think we'll grab the Ursula palette. And I've got this brush. It is a face brush for powder, bronzer, foundation. This is a pop one. You could use that as your highlight. I'm just using it like the Charlotte Tilbury. Look at that. That's a really nice brush. Like, that feels so nice. Super cheap. So nice that I may get another one. Just swirling it in that. Tapping off. So if you don't like to wear a brightly coloured blush and are more a bronzy girl, this blends in really nice with your bronzer. You could probably, it's probably a bit too, I'm not sure if I'd use it as a bronzer. You probably could, seeing as I thought it was one. Nicely pigmented. These are all super cheap, by the way. This brush is $7. These, I think, were about $5 each. This is $5, $6 or $7. As I said, I'll put the links in. I really like that. So they have two highlighters in their range currently at the moment. Glow Champagne and Lovely Rose. These two, not part of this collection, just an Essence one. Essence highlighters are really beautiful, so I'm going in with Lovely Rose. Just a fluffy brush. I've discovered the one of theirs that I love has been discontinued, so I wanted to see what these were like. It's a really subtle, really pretty. You can see that? Nice little glow there. Not blinding, which, if you are a more mature person, I did give away my Rare Beauty highlighter to one of my daughters because it was too moonbeamy on me. Whereas this gives a really healthy glow. I really like that. Look at that. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. It's a bit nice. And they also have, but I don't know how this will work. This is their Electric Glow Lip Balm. Can you see this? It's got glitter in it. Let's see how we go. I mean, I don't even know if you can see that. Let me clean off my lips first because I think I'll be putting on another product for sure. I don't know what that smell is. It's a fishy looking product. Feels juicy. Oh, wait. I think that's a pH changing. So it's getting a bit of colour to it. Okay, that's not what I thought it was. So that's the Evil Queen lip balm. It must be colour changing. So it goes a rose. It's sort of like a Your Lips but better. Didn't expect that. Might leave that on there, I think. Okay, so now going in to set my face. Don't have a new product, have a new bottle of the Home Beauty Golden Hour Glow, of course. I should know the name off the top of my head. I just know it's pretty and it works. Good soaking. See, it's so new, it's not coming out yet. If you have this product, you know. Fan it down. Just remember, in order to make all of your product melt together and look more skin-like, give yourself twice as much setting spray as you think. I wet my face. I don't mist it, I wet it. Okay, just got some mascara, and the mascara that I'm using today is the L'Oreal Panorama. This stuff has been showing up. L'Oreal are my favourite brand of mascara. I prefer this over high-end. Save your money, you don't need to spend an absolute fortune. This is one of their dearer ones. It's in the 20s. I've used this a couple of times this week, and let me tell you, it may actually be my new favourite mascara. This is the shape of the barrel. So it's a fibre. It's not actually a fibre brush, it's a rubber brush, and I normally only like fibre brushes. It's a rubber tapered brush. The width, it fans out your lashes on the end and allows you to get right into the corner. It is both volumizing and lengthening, which is sort of like my unicorn, trying to find one that does both. Normally I have to Frankenstein my products and layer them, but this has been doing both, and when I don't stab myself in the eye with it, which I will get off once it is dry, it doesn't transfer. And if you have hooded eyes, you know the importance of that. So I would suggest, if you're a hooded eye person that really struggles with mascara transfer on the top onto your meaty bits of your brow, meaty bits of your eyelid, where we all tend to get them because they sit down on our eyelashes. This does not do that. So it gives you quite good length and volume off the bat. Just dipped in a second time, and that's really building up now. Gives you a lot of control with the shape and the taper of the brush, and it holds them. So I didn't curl my lashes, but if you curl them, it doesn't weigh them down and it holds the curl. You can see that's really building up. I'm not going to put any on my lower lash today. I'm really happy with where that's at. What I will do is wipe this off and just go in and line my lips and go over the top of it. So this is Morphe lip pencil in the shade Bubble, which I don't think is made anymore. But we are using up what is in our drawers, aren't we, people? So again, going in with this. And we'll let that colour change. I really like that. Like I said, I didn't think it was going to do much. But it feels really nice on the lips. I don't know if it'll dry them out. As you know, some balms can actually feel like they dry your lips out, and it's a vicious circle that you feed yourself. So I'll keep trying that and have some thoughts on that. These highlighters, $5. Really nice. This, as you can see, we had concerns about this going a bit muddy, and the colour all starting to mottle into one. Persevere with it, because the look that we've got in the end is really quite pretty. Just don't do what I did and go into as many colours. Just try and keep it pretty simple. These are super buttery, but do not ideally necessarily like to layer on top of each other. If you're building up and up, I suggest that you press the colour in and then just go around the edges. The shimmers are beautiful. Really, really stunning. I'm keen to play in them a bit more, and I think that I'll use them a lot with other products. Runway Room. Let's talk Runway Room. Love, love. This, again, it's a mineral product that really buffs. Look at this as we start to work this. So you can use it all over your face. You can buff it out and just give yourself a healthy glow. Use it as your bronzer, use it as your contour, use it as your eyeshadow. Comes in a really great little refillable case. It's sustainable. Once you empty it, just pop it out, buy a refill. These brushes, they were okay. They were just brushes. I don't know if some of the issue that I had with the blending, because I haven't used these before, was down to this brush, and if I'd used one of my other brushes, if it would have been better. That being said, this brush is gorgeous. The size of it, the density, yeah, multiple brushes. Runway Room dual ender brushes. I'll list all of these in the comments. This mascara, as I said, has become a holy grail. I love it. I have been using it all week. It has not moved off the top. This foundation, I think I need to wear it a few more times to have thoughts, because it looks really pretty. It looks really, really skin light, which is fantastic. It is really nice, but I don't know if it's better than this. So I think what I'll do sometime in the next week is do a side by side, half and half, wear test and see what they are like. Both have skincare benefits to them, so I'll do a bit of research into both of them to do a proper comparison. But at this point in time, while this is really, really pretty, I actually think this, based on first impressions, would be the better product. So you can save yourself more than 50% by that. Rebel Multitasker. This has only come out in the last couple of weeks here. I've been using it since the day I found it on the shelf. Love it. You can wear this on its own, under any foundation. This is my favourite of all of my illuminating products. By the time this goes live, there should be an article on Mamamia, in fact, talking about illuminating products, so go check that out. I will link it down in the bio. In any case, that is it. I hope that you like this. If you were thinking about the Charlotte Tilbury, this may be an option for you. Have a bit of fun if you like Disney, if you like Ursula, but it's a really, look at that, it's actually come up with a really pretty, wearing my pinks, a really pretty Valentine's Day look, in fact. Go out and have nuggies with your loved one. That is it. Thank you for joining me on the Magical Mystery Tour. My name is Teresa and I have been your cruise director this afternoon. Tell your mum, tell your friends, tell your sisters. Come along and join this community. Give this video a big thumbs up, and until next time, bye.